week long?
No, let me interject here. Originally, when we opened in Boston, it was a huge party scene, and three secretaries got up on a desk and sang the song. It wasn't the production number that the end of the first act needed, and David Merrick said to Michael, "You got to do something with that number." And in a Sunday afternoon, I think it was at the Bradford Hotel, we restaged that number and turned it into the showstopper. And we only had the one golden day to do it. I mean, then he polished it and fixed it. And it went in the show as soon as the orchestration was ready. And Michael was absolutely frightened to death if it would do the job. And of course, you know, the house came down.
It was fabulous, and we were in one all the time. The three of us, we were like hanging off the stage and just dancing our asses off.
How did you learn it? How many heads go what? And I mean,
Desperation, you know.
And that fabulous step, which the signature step.
And the falls. All the girls had the long hair.
Oh, and Carolyn did it too. Yay!
Well, luckily I didn't. I had my little short hairdo, and so did Donna. So we didn't. But you had a fall like down to your knees.
It was a Donald Brooks show. Donald Brooks was a very underrated designer, and he did the clothes and the look. It was just gorgeous.
It was gorgeous, and each of us had our own look and our own dress and our own. You know, everybody was different. There was no two the same.
And there's
it was
a
really
story
sexy and
that
beautiful.
he knew how to get applause before the number ended by building on one certain step.
Was
And
that step?
The guys were on.
Well, Michael used to say, if you do one step long enough, they're going to applaud.
It's the truth.
Oh, you're bursting the bubble.
I want to tell a funny story that didn't have to do with promises, but that I remember Michael telling, and it was during when he went to LA to audition for some TV show to audition dancers, and he got there early. He had a coffee. He's warming up. He's doing things, and Shirley Rich was the casting agent. She came over to him and she said, "I'm sorry, dear, but you know Mr. Bennett specified 5'10" and over." And he said, "I am Michael Bennett." He loved to tell that. Do you remember that story? It was great.
Well, you all are history from that number, and I don't know how you lived through it, and we're going to see it now.
Great.
Meanwhile, back at the insurance company, the 19th floor is getting ready for its annual Christmas party headed by this year's entertainment committee. Miss Polanski of Accounts Receivable. Miss Wong
This
of
is Jane
Mimeograph.
Stites who replaced me. I'm not in.
And Miss Della Hoya of Petty Cash.
Christmas.
step. Graziella Daniele is on one of those desks.
That every wonderful dancer in New York City was in Promises,
Yeah.
Promises. Kelly,
I'm really sorry Donna isn't here tonight. She wanted to be, but she was working. And I mean, she's amazing. The freedom in her body is outrageous.
But the three of you, I'm sorry.
Sensation.
No,
wasn't you.
Jelaine was in my place.
I know, I'm
I was
sorry.
Miss Polinsky.
How come?
I left the show. This is another wonderful story because Michael also started my career as a choreographer. We were about, I guess, a month or so after the show opened, 6 weeks or something like that. He came to me and said, and he had many offers now. He was getting lots of offers. And one of the offers was to do this very unusual show that was going to be off Broadway, downtown. It wasn't formed yet. And he said, I want you to come. He said, they're going to do this show, and they want to use all actors, but I have to have a dancer, and you have to come, and I want you to assist me, and I want you to audition for the show. And he said, oh, by the way, you have to be naked, but you know, you're always naked in the dressing room, and you don't care who walks in, so come on, let's go. So we go downtown to the Anderson Theater, I think is where the auditions were being held, and that day, that very first day, Bill Macy, not William H., but Bill Macy, who was Walter on Maude, auditioned that particular day. And we gave movement to the actors, and the part of it was an improvisation. I auditioned, I got in the show. Michael had it was very scary. It was a scary thing. It wasn't formed, there wasn't a script. He had other offers that were more lucrative and Broadway, and so on and so forth. This was off Broadway, and an unknown entity. And so he decided he wasn't going to do it. So the producers asked him to suggest someone, and he said, Margot, let Margot do it. She can do it. And that's...
It was a beautiful pas de deux.
Yes, thank you.
We remember.
But ladies and gentlemen, the show was "Oh Calcutta," in case you didn't, she didn't say.
Also, Larry, he encouraged you to choreograph.
Yeah, he did. When I was trying to, getting towards, my God, I was getting into my middle 20s, and you know.
Oh my God.
So I had to think ahead, and I was saying, oh, what'll I, and he said, you should choreograph, you could choreograph. I said, no, I'll never be a choreographer, I don't want to do that, no. And obviously, he was right. But it wasn't until a few years later that started to happen. Funny girl, actually.
He was very supportive all the time. Nancy, we've all done the Milliken Show, and a lot of these people don't know what the Milliken Show is. Could you sort of describe the Millikens? How many did you do?
12.
12 Millikens?
Yeah.
You grew up,
Well,
12, but you, as a Millie Kitty, how many, always a Millie Kitty?
always a million.
Always remember.
Explain that a little.